All right, how's it going, everyone? We're here. We got Justin Cologne here with us. He's one of the students of Lifestyle Marketeer, and he's going to share with us his story and his journey of what brought him to where he is, why he came into the program, and just everything and his success. He's doing an amazing job. He has an amazing business that he's running from anywhere in the world, and we're going to find out where he is and where he's going. So thanks for joining us today, Justin. Good to have you here.
Thank you, sir. Good to be here, man.
Yeah, so let's just jump right in. Tell us a little
Cool.
about yourself, where you're from, where do you live?
All right. So originally, I'm from South Florida. I've been living and traveling through Asia now for the past 2 years. My journey started 2 years ago in Thailand. Started as a 3-month stay in Thailand to just kind of test out Chiang Mai. I had heard really cool things about Chiang Mai, Thailand. So I was just ready for a big change and was hearing that there was kind of this movement of digital nomads that was happening in Chiang Mai. So just decided to go check out Thailand for a couple months. And from there, bounced around to Bali, Indonesia, and then eventually back to Thailand, where I decided to set up shop in Chiang Mai for a year. Which was around the time, once I came back to Thailand, was around the time that I discovered the Lifestyle Marketeer program. But now I'm actually living in Vietnam, in Da Nang, Vietnam, which is in central Vietnam, because Thailand gets smoky around February. So I came around February this year, and I ended up liking it so much here, and it's so easy to be here as a U.S. resident that I just decided to stay here a bit longer, and I'm calling this home for the meantime.
That's awesome, man. That's good. What a journey. It took you around, and now you got home. You're home for a little bit. You found a home that you can call yours. That's really cool. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were traveling a bit, and then you decided to jump into lifestyle marketeer. So what did you experience, or what did you face that kind of made you want to essentially start your own business?
Yeah, so originally when I started my journey traveling to Asia, it was because I was listening to a podcast about e-commerce. So e-commerce was kind of like my first venture with online in the online space. So I figured e-commerce in itself was basically marketing. It was just all about really figuring out a product and how to message that product to the right audience. And I figured this is something that I felt pretty strong that I'd be able to do. But like most people, I think I got into e-commerce around the time that it was really exploding and becoming really, really saturated. So I just kept my mind open to all things kind of related to marketing. And in that process, I discovered the Lifestyle Marketeer through a phenomenal Facebook ad. And I was just really impressed with the way that the ad was written and the funnel, and James himself was very impressive to me. So that kind of led me then into the journey of saying, you know what, I think I'm ready to transition from e-commerce marketing into more of the business marketing. I really liked the way that sounded. And prior to becoming a digital nomad, I was running my own cleaning service company in South Florida, which I did most of the marketing myself for. And that was on a very part-time basis, but I did have some success with like Facebook ads for myself and my own business, which was a service-based business. So I knew the kind of profits you could turn with successful advertising on Facebook and social media. So that's just kind of what got the wheels turning for me, and kind of piqued my curiosity to learn more and get on a call with James and find out exactly what was going on here.
Awesome. Okay, that's really cool, man. So you had a little bit of marketing experience before, not in terms of like this, but just you kind of understood that marketing kind of gets things going for a business. So so that really really helped you out in understanding kind of what you were getting yourself into. Now you said
100%, yeah.
e-commerce kind of, you got into it kind of when it was blowing up, essentially, like it was getting big, but it was
Yeah.
also getting saturated. Everyone's jumping in. There's no barrier
Yeah.
to entry, that sort of thing. Is there anything that really stood out? You're like, wow, I think it's time to transition out of this and find something else that's better, or just
Yeah,
different, not necessarily better, just different.
yeah, for me, honestly, what I was realizing in the testing phase of my e-commerce store is that you gotta have some money together, especially for the testing portion of finding the right audience, finding what works. I was doing drop shipping, so I was working with not very large margin products. So you really got to find a winner pretty quickly in that specific scenario that I was finding myself in with my particular store and the niche that I was playing in. And just, leaving everything behind in the States, I really didn't have that much money saved up at the time to really do a lot of testing. And that's where I was realizing my business was starting to struggle a bit, is because I just didn't have the budget to really test. So it was becoming very difficult to really nail down a solid product that I could scale. And I was just starting to feel a bit pressed by that and a bit frustrated with it. And I saw the path to better income seemed like it would be a lot better with this business model versus the e-commerce model, which seemed like it was a little further out.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, it's always good for me to and for everyone listening, to just see the decisions or just the choices, just what you experienced and what brought you to this business model in general, not necessarily our program, but just this business model in general, and what made you kind of make that transition. Because for everyone it is different, and the experiences that you have can lead you down a different path. So I'm glad you were willing to explore that opportunity, and obviously as we get into it now, everyone will see how lucrative this has been for you. So tell me a little, just kind of, when did you come into the program? What's your journey been? And then in terms of your getting clients and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, cool. So, James is welcome to correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I was one of the first 10 students in the program. So I was, like I said, just very open-minded to internet marketing around that time. And I was served an ad from James, and I just went ahead and read the copy of the ad. And I was like, oh, wow, this seems really interesting. And it led to a free Facebook group. And again, just as a marketer or just playing from that marketing mindset, I was like, oh, this is cool. I've actually never followed an ad set that led me into a Facebook group. This is really interesting. And then in the Facebook group, James was providing a lot of really good free value. And it just piqued my interest right from the beginning. And once I joined the group, I was just really paying attention every time he was dropping content, free content and videos. It was all very interesting. And it just all piqued my interest, especially because, like I said, I had had some experience with service-based business marketing. So everything that he was talking about was really connecting with me. So after I had gone through and seen a few of the videos, I contacted James directly and asked, how I could go about scheduling a call with him. And that's kind of what set it all into motion. So then getting into it, I was part of the first 10 group of guys. So it was really cool. We would do the calls together. And that was one of the things that I really noticed. Was that there was kind of this camaraderie and this group, we were building in a group, in kind of almost like a small brotherhood. It was just 10 of us. And it was really, really helpful. People were asking questions that were questions that I had as well. So every time I would get on the calls, it would be super, super helpful. And I kind of came out of the gate pretty fast. I got 2 clients within my first 2 months. And then around that same time, as I was servicing my clients, I was also offering Instagram as a service as well, to help people grow their Instagram accounts. Or help businesses grow their Instagram accounts. And it was around that same time that I was going through the Lifestyle Marketeer program. I also discovered Instagram growth Instagram bots, and using bot softwares to grow Instagram pages. So I had run a successful ad campaign for a salon client, a client which then ended up just kind of falling off the map. And I started to have success with the Instagram marketing using the software to just grow Instagram accounts. And it kind of pulled my attention away from the Lifestyle Marketeer, because I started to get a lot of interest from people contacting me like, hey, I want to build my Instagram for my business. Can you help me with this? And I started to build up a pretty solid reoccurring income. And because of that solid reoccurring income, it kind of took my attention away from the Lifestyle Marketeer program. And then I ran into a brick wall. One day, Instagram just literally updated their algorithm out of nowhere just a few months back, and it absolutely destroyed the entire botting industry. It just started to create these really wicked blocks, and my clients were having a lot of problems with their accounts. And I was servicing a lot of clients at the same time as well, which was also something I was realizing I wasn't really liking. I was dealing with so many people just to make a solid income that I was really realizing this wasn't sustainable for the long term anyway. So I'm kind of glad it happened the way that it did. And once I started to really have the issues with that model, I kind of shifted my focus and I said, I gotta tune back in with what I was doing before I got excited about this. And that's what it was around the same time that you came on board. And I just got on one of the calls and I saw a lot of people having success and really killing it. And I was like, man, you know what? When I first started with this, I was doing really well. And then I just got distracted by this next opportunity that was still in the same space, but not following the same system. And I said, let me get back to the system that is, working with the platforms versus kind of working against the platforms like botting and software like that does, because that's kind of like black hat marketing almost, if you will. Mm-hmm. So I said, let me get back on the side of, working with the platforms and working with less businesses and working for bigger profit margins and get back to that, because that's going to offer not just the income, but the lifestyle that I want. And that's what kind of helped me refocus back into this.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you framed it like that as you're explaining it. And you basically said, working with the platform to get it to, you're yeah, I mean, there are softwares and bots and different things like that, but yeah, they may go against the platform's rules and regulations 100%. And all that. But when you start, when you start working with the platform, you set yourself up for longevity, right? You can build a business that's long term, rather than maybe just catching a trend or something like that. So that's good to hear, man. Definitely love that. All right, so you came back. So you basically, you were in, you switched over to something else for a bit that worked. We're not going to say that didn't work. It worked for a bit. And then you find yourself coming back recently. So probably within the past 2 months or so, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so then now, then the past 2 months, so what have you, or how many clients have you got? Give us a run on kind of like what your success has been since you jumped back in realistically.
Yeah. So to date, I'm currently servicing 4 clients. I'm doing just under $3,500 monthly revenue serving those 4 clients. I just got right back into hardcore prospecting mode. Once I got on the call, I apologize if it's income claims or anything like that. I hope I'm not doing that, but I saw a couple people doing really, really good with income. And in particular, one of the students who was doing like $10,000 a month in income. And I said, you know what, I got to go hard at this. This is here for the taking. I just got to, put the energy that I put into anything that I do, center it here and get all the way back into this. So once I started doing that, I was prospecting daily, going through the workflow that is taught to us in the system. And sure enough, within a month time, I gave myself 1 month to lock in at least 1 client. And I ended up locking in 2 clients in that month. And that kind of just set the ball rolling for me. And then from there, it allowed me to get some solid income rolling back in, and allowed me to get back into my workflow. From a standpoint of not desperation anymore, but actually from comfort. I have some income locked in, and then I was able to go through my workflow and actually choose the clients that I wanted to work with, because I actually had a couple clients that were open to working with me. But at that point, I realized now I'm in a position where I can actually choose what project I want to work on as well, and where I see myself being able to offer the most value. And from there, just about 2 weeks ago, maybe even less than that, I actually locked in my first 4-figure client, which was super exciting for me, because up to this point, most of the clients that I was locking in was a bit under 4 figures, and James challenged me to step the bar up with what I was doing and offer more value and get more money in return. And I kind of set my mind that the next client I get was going to be a bigger one, and I was able to manifest and work that in. So that's where I'm currently at. Just sitting right under $3,500 a month in revenue. And I'm all the way back in the game now, man. And just really, really excited to just continue expanding it. And I see so many students that are having success that it just keeps me motivated every single day. And just being back in the Facebook group and and surrounded by everybody that's all in the same industry, but we're all chasing the same thing and working together. It's just, it doesn't feel like I'm doing it alone anymore. Whereas when I was working the other business, working with the software and with Instagram, it just kind of felt lonely again. I felt like a lonely digital nomad again, just working on my own thing and just focus on my own success. And now it feels good to be a part of the family again, and working in a group success way that's a lot more fun to me, a lot more interesting. So.
Yeah, the community is everything, right? Like,
100%.
yeah, you just it kind of propels you and lifts you up and pushes you forward because you see other people getting results. I mean, that's amazing that you saw that someone was getting 10K a month and you're just like, wow, I need to just go all in, and match that essentially. And it drives you forward, and you end up like stepping up and you start saying, look, this is realistic. This is possible. I can totally do this. And you can do it long term. And you're not at the mercy of, of regulations or algorithms and things like that. Like you can do whatever you need to do, and you're serving the client ultimately, in their best interest. And that's what makes it amazing. Okay, awesome. So, very quickly you jump back in, and that's key. You jump back in, you started going at it, 4 clients, 3,500 a month, boom, lock them solid, and you're growing, obviously.
Yeah.
So, obviously like switching from Instagram and, living the digital nomad life and all that. So how has this had a positive impact on your life? Like what are you able to do now that maybe you weren't able to do before? Or just kind of like, what's been the experience that you've had, the changes that you've had?
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, like just from the beginning, initially getting started in the program, it really was the first time since being in Asia that I actually felt like I was now working on a business where I saw the potential to scale and to scale in a short amount of time. And that just kind of opened up my world altogether to just realizing, of course, also getting integrated with, living overseas and living in Asia, and how the cost of living is much cheaper here than it is back home, especially in South Florida, where I'm from, where the cost of living is just through the roof. It's really just given me a different kind of freedom that I never had, working in the States and running my own business, because I ran my own cleaning company for 5.5 years with my father, and it was a 6-figure business, but I had zero time to actually work on some of the things that I want to work on and do some of the things that I was interested in doing, traveling more often, those kind of things. Just, they weren't accessible working in that kind of business model. So now, here I am as a digital nomad in Vietnam. I work from my laptop. I work from really nice cafes every single day, and it's just it's a work environment that I much prefer. And it's there's no ceiling with it. It's really such a scalable business model, and a business that people really need, and I really enjoy being involved in something where I have a lot to gain from it, but also the clients that I'm working with have a lot to gain from it. And that's what keeps me excited and keeps me motivated about, providing great results with the clients that I am working with, and also keeps me really excited about working with new clients, because I know what I can bring to their business, and what kind of results we can have together. And those are all the dynamics that I realized I needed and that were important for me to stay excited about what I was working on, especially in the marketing space. So yeah, it's really, this income now is really allowing me to have a lot more comfort in my day-to-day life. Even being here in Vietnam, it's really expanded kind of my lifestyle. I've been able to upgrade a couple things that I was looking forward to upgrading, and now I can confidently move in the direction with those things, because I'm servicing my clients and they seem to be happy, and all of the clients that I have have all renewed with me a few months already. So I feel really good about the relationship that we're building. So it gives me more confidence that my business is growing, and allows me to have a little bit more freedom with my income as well.
That's awesome, man. One thing I really liked, I mean, I loved everything you said. One thing that really stood out was, yes, this has given you comfort, it's given you the lifestyle. It has also, given you the ability to build your own business that can scale, right? You have long-term growth in this, but also it's not just about you. You love what you're doing for your clients. You love the kind of growth you're able to give your clients. You're able to serve them and help them. And that gives you that joy to continue to keep pushing forward and helping more people. And that's just amazing to hear, man.
100%,
So
100%.
yeah,
It's
man.
fun.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, so yeah, you've been in the program, being able to do this, being able to have this life. So just give us a rundown, man. Like, what do you like working with James, the coaches, being a part of the program? You touched on it a little bit earlier, but
Mhm.
just the overall experience.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, the two biggest things are community and support, which I mean, they're kind of the same thing in a way. So first of all, the community, as in, the other marketeers that are in the program. Every day I try to jump in the Facebook group and read the questions that they're asking. I've gotten tips from other marketeer students that have found really cool ways to add additional things to the workflow that have actually made my business run smoother and easier. And I think it's kind of that collaboration between the coaches and the students together that is just making the whole program better in a way. Because as we know, marketing is always evolving, and we're kind of evolving together. So it feels good to have the support to know that if I'm kind of tripped up in my mind about how I should go about something, I can go in and just ask that question, and that there's a whole group of coaches and also really talented students in the program that can give insight and kind of ease the anxiety that's there. Because I think in marketing in general, sometimes we find ourselves overthinking a lot of sometimes very simple things, and we just need somebody else to kind of like throw it against and have them give us clarity of like, yeah, this is how you should go about it. And that's one thing that to me is invaluable, is the support, and being able to just run these setups for these business across people that have run successful campaigns before, and to know that you're getting good quality coaching before you make a move. And it just eases a lot of that tension, and helps you, or helps me, I should say, have more confidence in the way that I'm running things for my clients. Because I know it doesn't just feel good and sound good for my own mind, but it actually is sounding great to the other marketers and other professional, lead generation, marketing team. And that gives me a lot of confidence moving forward, that anytime, people ask me like, is this going to work? Are you going to be able to get me results? I can confidently say yes, because I know it's not just myself, it's myself and a whole marketing team behind me that's going to make sure that I get the best chance to get great results for my clients.
That's awesome, man. That's really good to hear. I love hearing that, because you just you shed some light on the fact that everyone's working together essentially and helping each other. And that's huge. The community and
100%.
support can definitely help. It definitely helps and pushes you forward and gets you the help that you need. Awesome, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I even when I pitch to my clients, I even let them know like I have a marketing team. You're not just hiring a marketer, you're hiring a marketing team, because I have people that I can consult with to make sure that we're going to get great results. And that also gives my clients a lot of confidence, because they're like, oh wow, awesome. So for this price, I'm getting a marketing team, not just a single marketer. And people really, that makes my clients feel good as well. And it's 100% the truth, because I'm going to work with the team to make sure that I'm setting things up in the best way.
Yeah, that's huge. And be able to have that, it is a selling factor to clients. It gives them, they can trust you more. They know that they can rely on you. They know you're looking out for their best interests, and you're not just trying to close a sale. You're actually trying to help their business. So that's the beauty of it all. Awesome, man.
100%.
So what would you say to someone who's just thinking about, working with us, joining the program, jumping in, that sort of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. What I would say is if that person feels that they're really ready, ready for big change and ready for big opportunity, I really haven't seen anything else better out there on the market than this program right here. And I'm not saying that because I'm on this call right now. I've actually told this to people. I know I put you in contact with a few people that have been interested after seeing the results that I'm getting from this program. I put you in touch with some of those people because I've literally told them the exact same thing. Like, hey, if you're ready to really become remote, if you're ready to really become in the online space, this is one of the fastest growing in the entire online space, one of the fastest growing business models you can be a part of. And to be honest, I don't think that there's any program out there that's teaching it and that's as integrated as this program is, that also comes with the support that this program does. And, I paid for this program one time in version 1, and here I am. We're in version 4 currently as of this date of this video. And I haven't had to pay for a single other version, which to me, that the value of that has been tremendous. This program just continues to evolve and get better. And you guys just provide that to the marketeers, which I think is just like so super valuable. To me, I can confidently tell people that are interested in whether it be just getting into the online space in general or into getting specifically into the marketing space. I've confidently told people this program gives you all the tools that you need. They have all the right people in place, and they have the best interest of the students. And that's the reason why I'm able to just talk about, the highlights of this group with people so easily.
Awesome, man. That's so good to hear. You shed a lot of light on the positives, and then also the fact that people do, like, if they really want to change and they want to work hard, that sort of thing. So it's really cool to hear
100% there, man. And the market is only growing. More and more people are starting businesses. Social media is a very confusing space for business owners. I can even speak as being a business owner, always looking at social media as like, it's just something I don't have the time to do. So the need is absolutely there. It's just a matter of coming in, dedicating the time to really learning the steps and then implementing the steps. And 100%, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to get great results with this business, because it's simply just putting into action the proven steps that have worked for a lot of students. And those results are all there. I'm now a result as well, which allows me to just confidently tell people like, hey, if you're ready for big change, you want to put the action in, you want to put the work in, it's here for you.
I love hearing that. Justin, you're an awesome person. You're an awesome student. Your
I
story is nothing
appreciate that,
less.
brother.
Yeah, man, your story is nothing less than remarkable. Just your journey as a whole, coming in, in the beginning, and then being able to dive right back in and immediately get results. I mean, that's just awesome to hear. So, Justin, thanks for joining us today on this call. Thanks for jumping in and sharing your story and shedding some light so that others can see what's possible. We just love having you here. Love having you be a part of the program. Love the way you contribute. Love the way you show up and you help people. It's really awesome to have you here, man. To more of your success.
I
Hope you
appreciate
have
it,
a good
brother.
one, Justin.
All right,
Awesome.
cool, man. And I know I've told you this before, but I'm gonna tell you one more time. It was the day that you got on the call, the day that they introed you. That was the day I got fired back up again, man. So thank you for that. And yeah, man, we'll definitely be in touch.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm here for. Get people fired up and get them going.
Awesome,
All right,
brother.
man.
Have a good night, man.
You too.
Take care.
Take care, man.